What we're looking at here is a very iconic firearm. This is a Browning BAR. It's chambered in .270. This is one that I'm going to be setting up for a family member for deer hunting here in North Florida. Browning BAR has been around quite a while. It's been available in several different configurations. It's had some slight changes to it over the years. This is an earlier one. It's Belgian made. It's pretty high quality, and aside from some cosmetic work, it's in damn good shape. This is not my personal firearm. Like I said, it's a family member's. It's going to have some of the scratches and rust taken off of the finish and the wood. Have it back looking good again. For my hunting use, I generally don't use a semi-automatic rifle because there have been two types. One was the Remington, one was the BAR. This is not to be confused with the military Browning automatic rifle that use the same BAR designation. This one fires semi-automatic, means one time, pull the trigger, one shot goes off, the action cycles back, comes back forward, puts another round in. You pull the trigger a second time and it fires one shot. It also has a hinged magazine. This one carries 4. Then you have the option of chambering another round for a total of 5. Some of your bigger calibers, like the 7mm Magnum, you can only have 3+1. I'm taking this little bit of time because I have this specimen available to me, not only to talk about the rifle, but also to talk about the .270 cartridge. With sporting semi-automatic rifles, generally you have your choice between the Browning BAR, which is kind of expensive, although it is reasonably reliable and reasonably accurate. Your other option has been the Remingtons, which are not so affectionately known as Jam-O-Matics. They're a high maintenance rifle. You've got to keep them cleaned. Make sure you don't have any crud in the chamber and the chamber's not pitted. But the Browning is a little bit better built rifle. You pay the price for it. Okay, well, if you like a semi-automatic, may be worth it to you. In my case, I prefer my bolt action or my lever action. These guns generally are reliable. Yeah, you can crud them up, and they do have parts that can get broken on them. But they're far more reliable than the Remingtons. This particular one has a Redfield 3x9 scope on it. One little square end ones. I think this one's a Chinese manufacturer. Due to slightly advancing age and vision problems, the cousin I'm setting this up for is going to get an upgrade to this Leupold. See it through there. 3x9x50 Freedom scope. The cartridge, I rarely talk about the 270. Simple reason, I've got a 30-06. The 270 does not have a military heritage like our 30-06 and 308 does. It was pretty much, from its inception, a sporting cartridge. The bullet measures 277 inches in diameter. Common bullet weights are between 130 and 150 grains. What made the reputation of the 270 was a man named Jack O'Connor. And if you get a chance, read some of his books. It's fascinating. He took every species of big game on the North American and African continent with the 270. His load used one of the older Speer hot core 130 grain bullets. This is going to be set up for brush hunting, so we've opted to set it up for the 150, just to have the extra bullet weight. This rifle won't be shot probably any more than 200 yards. So the flat trajectories that the 130s may offer, and we're talking about a difference in maybe an inch at 100 yards, is not really an issue. For its purpose, in particular, cousin that's wanting this set up prefers heavy bullets. His other rifle's a 45-70. Because not being able to put a scope on that one, well, he's had to change some options. The 270 has a long history. Like I said, it's been used as a game cartridge all over the world. The reason that I tend to favor the 30 caliber bullets is the wider variety of bullets available, whereas this one's generally 130 to 150 grains. My 30-06, I can go from common bullets, which are 150 to 180, and I can get to 110s and on up to 220s if I need them. I'm not anti-270, I just think there's other cartridges that are more versatile. If I got backed into a corner and had a 270 in my hand, yes, I would hunt just about anything with it. You know, it's a fine old cartridge. It's a matter of personal preference. When we look at ballistics between 308, 270, 30-06, 7 mag, we really get into splitting hairs as far as which one's ballistically superior to another. But also noted, this bullet here that will be used in this rifle is the 150 grain core lock, which is a bullet that's been around since the 1940s. Excellent bullet design. I still use it in my 30 caliber rifles quite regularly. This is going to be an interesting setup, and I'll probably do a follow-up video whenever I get it put together and set up and see what kind of groups it'll shoot later on.